Ugh, I'm so sorry for this camera. Like, I feel so. Oh shoot, Jesus! I feel so embarrassed. But anyways, welcome back to my channel. I just recently posted a video. Recently, like literally recently. I don't know how many minutes, but it's just like recently, I guess. And I told you in the last video that I'll be posting a story time. And if you guys are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and like this video because it's about to get serious in here. Not really, but today is a story time video, and it's basically going to be about the story time of I was basically almost kidnapped, literally, by a homeless guy. Okay, so it was me and my brother, and we used to live in Rockford at the time. Just to start that off, like, we used to live in Rockford. We lived by West Middle School. We lived there. So, literally, like, it's a walking distance. Like, if you just, like, get out the house, like, turn a little bit, not literally, and then you would go straight, and the school would be right there. So, we lived right across the street from, West Middle School. So, me and my brothers were like, we're really bored. Mom was in the house. We can go out. She said, yeah. So we went outside and we were just walking around. Somehow we ended up on the west side. I don't know. We were just walking. We just ended up on the west side. So many of you guys, if you guys are from Rockford or Freeport, you guys will know where the west side's at. Or Chicago. I don't know. But anyways, so we ended up on the west side on Auburn Street, and like where all the food stuff is at, kinda. I think. You know, by Logley's and that Sally's beauty place, like right there, yeah, like literally right there. So we were walking like down there, and at the time, me and my brothers, we were dumb, we were stupid. We never done, like, I have not done it again, they haven't done it again. So, but anyways, at the time, we were bored, and we would basically go to people and say, hey, do you have change for $1? And then they'll say yes, and then I would be like, I would be like, I left my $1. Like, once they gave me the change, I was like, I left my $1 with my brother. Let me go get my $1 real quick. And they'll be like, oh, okay. And I would just take off with the $1 change. That was stupid. Yeah, have I done it recently? No, I did that like when I was 10. No, they didn't really feed me into it because it was basically my idea. But yeah, anyways, so I was about 10 probably. Yeah, that's like 5 years ago. Anyway, so we did that, blah, blah, blah. And then we were like, okay, let's go over here. So we started walking. And my brother picked up, like, it was like, okay, you know how, like, the bridges stuff, like, under the bridge is, like, this, like, I don't know what it's called, but it was, like, this thing under there. And it was, like, the stream of water. And, like, you could kind of walk because it was, like, cement on the sides. You could kind of walk on there so you wouldn't be in the water, I guess. So we were walking, my brother picks up the CD, and we're walking. And my brother looks like, oh my gosh, there's someone following us. And I'm like, I'm a scared girl. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. So they're like, okay, let's just keep walking fast. So my brother drops the CD. And, like, this is the homeless guy. This is us. And he's like, he's like following us. Blah, 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 blah. And then my brother drops the CD. And, like, my brother's kind of behind us to protect us because he was older, I guess. And he drops the CD, and the man starts charging it. He picks it up and runs. And I was so scared. Like, you do not understand how scared I was. Like, I was beyond scared. Like, I was like, why is that happening to us? So we started running. And eventually we got away. I don't know why I wanted to tell this story because it was so short. Literally so short. So I'm probably going to do another story if I can think of one. Because I have a lot of stories I want to tell you because I don't want you guys to think I'm, like, crazy yet, even though I'm pretty sure you guys think I'm crazy. What other stories do I have? Dang, like, I'm trying to think of a good one for you guys. Because I basically told you 2 stories, kind of, like, about my childhood. I'm trying to think of one. What did I do when I was a little kid? Okay, now this video is kind of intense. I don't know if I want to tell you guys in this story. Okay, I guess the next story, because I feel like, I don't know, it gives you a little background about who I am, I guess, and stuff like that. And then, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, the story of my dad. I know you guys, like, after I tell you the story, I'm like, you still claim him as your dad. Sadly, I do. I mean, that's my dad. I mean, I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you, like, the story about my dad and our situation and, like, yeah. Okay, so when I don't know how old I was, but I was probably just started walking. I just started walking. And my mom and my dad didn't really get along. Like, he would always put his hand on her and stuff like that. And then so it was my turn to visit with my dad. Like, I don't remember, I just remember what people have told me, and I do have scars. I can't really insert the picture of my scars because I just can't. I don't have, like, a video editing stuff like that right now. But anyway, so it was my turn to visit with my dad. So my mom took me over there, and then I guess, I don't know. I think my dad told me, like, I don't know. I guess it's because I was crying too much or something, or we're guessing that I was crying too much because I was a baby and I couldn't really do anything to make him really mad. But it was my turn to visit with my dad, and so this girl, my half sister's mom, not stepsister, half sister, because we have, like, the same dad but this different mom. So it was my half sister's mom. It was there. She was there, and I guess my dad had beaten me with an extension cord, and she didn't do anything about it. But I don't really blame her. Like, I don't really, like, I just said I don't blame her because she's like, he hit girls and she was scared or something like that. But anyway, so after he got done beating me with an extension cord, like a TV cord, like, don't feel bad for me, guys. Like, don't. It's okay. But anyways, so after he got on beating me, blase, my mom kept texting him, calling him, telling him to take me home over and over, and he didn't. And then after a while, he took me home, but he left me on the doorstep. He rang the doorbell, and he left me on the doorstep. It's crazy, right? Yeah, really crazy. Okay, so anyways, so we're gonna move past years. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but yeah, I'll tell you the story about my dad and me. Like, what's our relationship like? Okay, so a couple years later, I was into a foster home, and somehow my dad got my number. No, I'm going too fast. Okay, so one day in elementary, I was coming home from school, like, with my two friends, because they lived right by us in apartments and stuff like that. And my dad was parked outside the apartment building, and he was talking to my mom. Now, to remind you, like, I was very scared of him. Like, I really didn't want to talk to him like that. I wasn't really, like, you know, I didn't want anything to do with him after what happened. So, I'm, like, crying and stuff like that. Like, I'm crying, and my friends are pulling me. When I mean pulling, like, I'm not lying. I put this on me that this actually happened, like, for real. They're pulling me to him, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go there. I'm like, I'm crying, I'm screaming, I'm like, people, like, making a big scene. So finally, about 15-20 minutes later, I go up to my mom, and my mom's like, everything's okay now, blase. So I'm like, okay. He takes me out to Walgreens, and he gets me, like, a couple things. He takes me to Walgreens, give me some handcuffs, because I wanted handcuffs and stuff like that. Fast forward. I was in a foster home. If you guys want to hear about the foster home situation, like this video. Okay, but anyways, so I go to a foster home, and somehow he gets my number. I don't know how he got my number, but he got my number. I had my own cell phone at the time. I was about probably like 11 or 12, and I'm like, how did he get my number? I don't know. But we were texting back and forth, and then he was basically putting on my mom, saying my mom abused me, and blase, and stuff like that. And so I just told him to lose my number, so he lost my number, and then a couple months later, he was saying he's sorry. He texted my mom saying that he was sorry. Oh, I'm getting tired. I'm sorry, guys. So he texted my mom saying that he was sorry, blase, stuff like that. I was like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. And then finally, he, like, I don't know if you, like, some of you kids know, but I guess one of your parents can, like, sign you off saying that you're not their child anymore. So that's exactly what he did, and that's basically what happened. Now, like, I don't really talk to him. I do forgive him for the stuff that he did. I don't really hold grudges. Like, I never hold grudges in my life. Like, people can do the worst to me, and I could hold grudges. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not that type of person. I don't hold grudges. I just don't. Okay, now, I skipped to. I just remembered one part. I skipped too fast, I guess, but there was this one time I was at my dad's house because I was like, that's when the result, he took me to Walgreens, but it was like a couple months later, he asked my mom if I could go with him. I think it was Iowa with his girlfriend and my stepsisters, not my half sisters, and she had said yeah. So that day I went. It was like a couple days later. It was everything all good, and then I guess it wasn't at night, but his girlfriend had left and the kids had left too. So I was basically there by myself, and I did not feel comfortable at all. Like I just didn't. I mean, I wanted to go because I wanted to see my sisters, but I didn't feel comfortable. So I guess I clogged up the toilet, and at the time he had like a couch, but it wasn't like I didn't want to sit by him, so I'm sitting down there, and he puts a bag over my head. Like this dude tried to freaking suffocate me, bro. I was like, I never been in a panic attack in my whole entire life. Like I'm not lying to you when I say the story, bro. Dude puts a bag over my head, and I'm like not breathing. Like it's I don't know, but I'm just not breathing. I was breathing, but then I finally pushed it, and then like I just went into the room because I didn't know what to do, and I didn't have my phone at the time. I didn't have a phone because it was before my foster home. Yeah, I went into the room and I didn't know what to do. So the next morning, I was like, I wasn't scared. I don't know what I was. I don't know. There's something wrong with me, but basically, I'm sitting there, and he's sitting there, and then my sisters, my brothers, and his girlfriend. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like really mad. I'm really, really mad, really, 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 really mad, and I'm like, whoo, I'm shaking. And then they're like, and I'm like the fork is keep going like this, and I'm just going like this, and I'm just like I cannot sit, like I can't do this. So like I want to go home. And his girlfriend's like, why? I was like, I want to go home. I don't need an explanation. I want to go home. And then she's like, well, don't you? I said, no, I don't want to do anything with you guys anymore. I said, I want to go home. And then the girlfriend's like, okay, but my dad's like, no, you're not going home. I said, I'm going home. I said, I don't care. I said, if I have to call the police, I said, I'm going to go home. And then he's like, fine, fine, fine. So he's sitting there, he's talking, and then he goes back to the story about my abuse, stuff like that, which I don't appreciate at all. He was like, you guys, he said, I really want to talk to you about what happened with your little kid. I said, I don't want to talk to anything. I don't want to talk to you, period. He keeps going on. And I said, I don't want to talk to you. So out of the anger I was in from the night before, and when he kept going back to my abuse situation with him, I stabbed him with the fork. I stabbed him in the hand with the fork. I did because I was like, my mom thought you were a different person. It's like, I was really mad. I stabbed him with the fork. I don't know if I never said sorry for it. I mean, am I sorry? No, because, like, I just was not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But, yeah, I stabbed my dad with the fork, and then everybody's looking at me, oh, my gosh, what's wrong with you? You stabbed him with the fork. I said, oh, my gosh. It was just like, first of all, and then I shut my mouth. Because I wasn't going to tell him that he put a bag over my head. I shut my mouth. So then I was like, just take me home right now. And they're like, no, we're calling the police. I said, call the police. I don't care what you do. Like, I did not care if I went to jail for stabbing him with the fork. I said, because I could tell my part when he put a bag over my head. He was trying to kill me. What is wrong with you? Like, are you dumb? Like, there's probably why I'm crazy. Because he's probably crazy. I don't know. Most likely. But I would never put a bag over a child's head. I would never abuse a child. I would never put my hands on a child. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not going to put my hands on a child because my child might do something that might smack upside her head or smack him upside his head. So I can't really say that. But whatever hurt him physically for just because he was crying, whatever put a bag over his or her head because she clogged up the toilet or he clogged up the toilet, no, I would never do anything like that. I'm not that crazy. Anyways, so blase, she takes me home. She tells my mom. My mom cared, but she really didn't care. Like, I got in trouble. That was basically it. But that's the story of my dad's situation and the time I was almost kidnapped by a homeless person. Like, how would he kidnap me? Like, how? Where he would have put me? Like, I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and like and subscribe and comment. And yeah, love you guys so much. Bye.